This is the plaintiff, Linda Speaks. She says the defendant was her landlord for 3 years, and just as she was about to move into another place, Hurricane Sandy hit, and she was stuck. She had to stay in the defendant's apartment a little longer after her move-out date due to the storm, and the louse is now giving her a hard time about returning her security deposit. Some people. She's suing for $1,560 for her security and unwanted stress. This is the defendant, Albert Frederick. He says the plaintiff didn't move out on time, kept stalling him about when she was going to be vacating, and left a bunch of her stuff in the place. He had to get her abandoned belongings removed, and he had every right to keep a portion of the ungrateful plaintiff's security. So there. He's accused of not providing any relief.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant took advantage of her in the wake of Hurricane Sandy by not returning her security deposit. But the defendant says the plaintiff lingered and didn't move when she was supposed to. So tough. It's the case of landlordy lord.
Thank you, Douglas. Linda Speaks. You are suing Albert Frederick, your former landlord, for $1,560, $560 of it, the balance of the security deposit that he kept that you think he wrongfully kept, and $1,000 because you're angry.
Yes.
$1,000 extra for stress.
Stress.
Why'd you go so low? You could go high. Why don't you just say like $1 million for stress?
Oh, I can change it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Talk to me, Miss Speaks. Speak to me.
Okay. I lived there from I think it was 2009. I moved there. He was a good landlord until I gave him the 60-day notice that I was moving.
Okay, were you on a month-to-month or a year?
No, year to year. I have Section 8, so it was year to year.
Okay, so the 60 days were 60 days from the end of that term anyway.
Right.
You were just letting him know I'm not renewing.
Right.
Okay, when you were on Section 8, that means you were having federal help to pay your rent.
Yes.
How much?
$650.
You were paying $650 and the government was
paying the rest of it.
Okay, and the rent was what?
$13.
Okay, so then what happened?
I was supposed to move out of the apartment the end of October.
Right.
But the Sandy thing happened.
The hurricane.
The Hurricane Sandy happened.
What kind of damage did that place sustain?
None. It didn't
Nothing?
really, no.
Okay, so it's just the rest of the city was a problem. What city are you from?
Jersey City.
Okay.
It was shut down where we had no lights or anything.
No lights?
No lights, no electricity, no nothing.
Okay. No. What does no nothing mean?
It didn't have no lights.
Other than lights, did anything else happen?
No.
Did it have heat? Did it have?
It didn't have nothing. No heat, no hot water.
So what else didn't it have besides lights? It had no heat?
No heat, nothing at all. The lights was gone, the heat was off, everything.
Okay, who lives in that house? Just
It was me and my 2 kids.
Okay, you don't live in that house?
Yes, my family also live downstairs.
Okay, so you live downstairs, she lives?
Upstairs.
And then is there another family or that's it?
No, that's it.
Okay, so did everybody have to clear?
No, just she moved down. She moved.
So you were the plan was, if there hadn't been a hurricane,
right.
The plan was that you had another apartment on November 1st?
Yes.
Okay, and so Section 8 was paying for that apartment?
No, they never had paid any rent to nobody because with the Sandy, the hurricane, everything was shut down, so I didn't move. I didn't have an apartment available. The one that I went and had got,
right?
They couldn't do nothing because everything was shut down. Section 8 never opened until like 8 days later.
Right. So
I had went and got a U-Haul and just put everything in storage.
So then what happened?
The day of the blackout, we was outside. I went out to charge my phone in the car because I needed some heat because I was cold. So he was standing outside. So I said, Fred, can you come here for a minute? He said, sure. So I have a conversation. I was like, with the Sandy business, I can't leave. And he was like, no, so everything is okay. I know you can't go nowhere without no electricity, no lights or nothing. No, where could you go? So I would say, it's not going to be a problem. I could get my security deposit back in that this happened. He said, yeah, sure, it's not no problem. And I said, okay. And we just had a conversation.
You tell me about that conversation.
Okay, the time when she's supposed to leave on November 1st, she didn't actually leave, as she said, because of Sandy. Now, as far as after the Sandy was over, or after the storm was over, she said she was leaving that weekend. The weekend came. She said the place wasn't ready where she was going, and she needed more time. I said, well, when are you going to leave? She said, by the weekend.
But now, and she should pay for it. The place had no heat.
Right.
No water.
Right.
And no electricity.
It had water.
It had water.
Yes, but it wasn't hot water.
But it wasn't hot water. And it was, and you as a landlord have an obligation to provide those things. I understand that there's,
the hurricane, that's
the
what
hurricane happens, but so she has to pay rent. Why? If she can't really live there because there's no hot water, no heat.
Okay, when she left there, she left everything that she didn't want.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like the refrigerator. I have everything on the the video.
Okay, let me see the video from your phone.
Pots.
Ah, dirty pots, food in it, and mold? Oh, it's disgusting. Spaghetti, rice, holes in the wall, luggage. That luggage is hers?
Hey, whatever's in there, that's what she left. Left everything here.
The blow dryer. Why didn't you take the blow dryer?
This is funny.
A TV. What was wrong with the TV?
Your Honor, he's sitting here. He's trying to make
No, just tell me what was wrong with the TV.
There wasn't nothing wrong with the TV.
Why'd you leave it behind?
Because he told me he was going to throw the TV out for me because I didn't want it. The TV was too heavy. The
A fish tank, a perfectly good fish tank?
Yeah, this was the stuff he was going to put in the storage.
Why does he have to put storage for you? You're not even paying rent.
No, he had wanted to. He said, because I was going to throw everything out. He said,
but why were you going to throw out a perfully functioning TV?
Because I didn't have enough room for that.
Because you have so many TVs in your new place. And why am I paying your rent?
So, can the landlord deduct the cost of moving the tenant's stuff from the security deposit?
I would say I'd do it. I mean,
you would deduct it.
I would deduct it. I mean,
why?
Work. I gotta take all that out. I gotta take it.
Well, there you go. Who can say it without swearing?
Well, yeah, like if you're gonna take the time to like rent or get someone to move all that stuff out, you should be able to deduct it out of the security deposit.
Sounds eminently reasonable to me going inside the courtroom.
Why wouldn't you give away the TV?
Can I explain it? This is what I was going to do. I was going to give it away, but
why didn't you find another storage? Why does he have to get storage for you? You left the place a complete pigsty with stuff thrown everywhere. What was that about?
Can I see that? Because there was not no stuff thrown everywhere.
Okay, hold on. This is what I want to do. I want you to see this from the beginning.
No, I'm not a nasty person.
Oh, wait, there's another TV. How many TVs?
It was one.
No,
there's two TVs.
Two. Refrigerator.
No. Oh, no. I don't think you're going to get off that easy. I want you to see what you left behind. What you left to be somebody else's problem. How did you end up getting... Well, first of all, did you have to do her dishes for her? Because there's huge chunks of mold growing in the food you left behind in the pan. You couldn't even do that much, at some point. I mean, obviously, you took the stuff you wanted. You couldn't at least do that. You just say, the heck with them. And then left two TVs behind? You can afford to do that? I can't afford to do that.
Because he said he was going to put the stuff in.
Yeah, no. It's up to him to pack your stuff and clean your...
It wasn't up to him.
You know what? No. I understand that he does not ever... Look, even though it's an act of God, you can't charge full rent if there's certain things you're not providing. There needs to be an adjustment. But when I make that adjustment down for that, and I say you can't charge full rent, you can't charge $41.90 for rent because you weren't providing it, I immediately go back up when I see all the stuff that he had to do for you. This isn't his job to do for you. Did you have to pay somebody to get this stuff out?
To get rid of the TVs.
Or you had to get rid of the stuff?
No, I had to pay somebody to get rid of the TVs.
Who cleaned up the place?
I cleaned it up.
Yeah, no.
I had to clean it up because
my verdict is for the defendant.
All right, both sides. So the plaintiff comes out of the courtroom right here, steps over to the hallway, and you look puzzled.
Yeah, it's all right. He's a liar.
What did he lie about?
about the stuff that he was going to take downstairs. I should have just had somebody remove it.
Yeah, well, that would have been a good idea.
Yeah, lesson learned. You're just a money-hungry landlord.
All right, okay, but you did leave a lot of stuff behind, right? Was it because of the hurricane confused everything and
No,
made
it wasn't.
things
It was no. It was just stuff he was going to put in his storage.
Okay.
Just a money-hungry landlord. That's all.
All right. Okay, step on in, and here he is, what she calls a money-hungry landlord. What?
No, I'm not. We were being very lenient to her. She stayed there for the 3 years. She was always late, and we never paid her any charged late fee. And now she decided to leave. She was a clean tenant all the time, and now she decided to leave. She left everything there for me to clean up and expect me to give her back a whole security to do what she have to do. That's how it go.
Well, that's what the judge says.
Yeah.
All right, Harvey.
You know, it's a real simple rule that the tenant has a duty to leave the place the way the tenant found the place. And that means that, you know, if the place was clean, you have to leave it clean. The only thing you're not responsible for is normal wear and tear. Otherwise, if you damage it, you pay.